So I've got here three displays that just, wow. This is a 27-inch with 5K, this is a 32-inch with 6K, and this is a 32-inch and it's not 8K, it's just 4K, but all of them awesome. A lot of similarities, some differences that I'm going to share with you. Now, I've been using these three displays for the past month. The experience has been awesome. I have one favorite, and during the video we'll get there, but if you don't, I will let you know which one I would choose today and why. They are awesome. These displays are aimed for content creation, professionals, programmers, but if you aren't any of these categories that I was just mentioning, but nonetheless you want something great on your setup, that doesn't mean that this is not designed for you, even if you want to just play games, because one of these has 240 Hz of refresh rate with 0.1 milliseconds response, so if your computer can handle it, wow. This is the 27 inches with 5K resolution. It has an anti-reflective coating. Even with these lights that we have at this moment, there's no problem at all. It has an IPS panel with spectacular viewing angles, and if you work near any colleague and you just rotate your screen, you can actually rotate more than this. Your colleagues will be able to see whatever you are doing without any color shifting at all, which is great. If you want to hide something from them, then probably these are not the best solution, but we will talk about that. I believe that these displays are actually to be able to work near a team where you can just share and ask, hey, do you think that this color is great or not? Do you think that this thumbnail is well done or not? We can adjust the lateral rotation, we can tilt it, and we can do 180 pivot. With this size, it's top for programmers who want to add a second display and then have a lot of vertical information, which is awesome. Now, if your computer has Thunderbolt, you only need one USB Type-C or Thunderbolt cable for powering the PC, data and image for the display. There are no extra cables required. At this moment, I only have one single computer connected to these three displays, and it's not even a Thunderbolt 4 computer. It has only USB Type-C, but it has DisplayPort output on the USB Type-C. So if your computer is not Thunderbolt, but it has USB Type-C with DisplayPort output, you will be able to have the three simultaneously working. And I don't even have a power adapter on the computer at this moment because it's taking power from the USB Type-C Thunderbolt connection, which is not working on this particular computer, but it can work on a computer that has Thunderbolt. On the other hand, if we prefer, we can use the DisplayPort, HDMI, or the two Thunderbolt ports that it has, and it also has multiple USB Type-A and USB Type-C ports that works as a KVM. Now, the assembly was super simple. I did manage to do it in 5 minutes, and you will be up and running or up and gaming. The menu is super easy to use with this joystick that has right over here that lets us navigate through options, and some of them even have a dedicated button for quicker changes, or if we prefer, we can also use the display widget center that we have seen quite a few times. It is the software that we can use to choose options even more easily and change modes even without touching the display. We just need to press our mouse. We will be able to adjust image parameters, contrast, brightness, all that we want just with the click of a mouse. And this is cool, and it's across these three. Actually, not only these three, we have seen quite a few Asus displays with this feature. Now, the ProArt display with 6K is this one right over here with 32 inches. It is the same that we have here on 27 inches, but in a bigger size, and Asus bumped up the resolution to 6K so that we will be able to get the same detail while in a larger image. Any type of work or multimedia consumption will be better because instead of 27 inches we will have 32 inches of everything that we have mentioned already. We will be able to connect computers with Thunderbolt 4 as well using just one cable. It can be a laptop, it can be a desktop as long as it has that feature, but you will also get the classic HDMI, DisplayPort and multiple USB ports like this one right over here with the KVM feature that we can use in multiple computers. The assembly was also easy, although the box was a bit bigger, but I would say that 3 to 5 minutes or so, not more than that. There is one difference between these two and this one in terms of assembly, but all of them were really quickly. Now, this is a 32 inches with 4K, and before we go on, this is my favorite display, and if I had to pick one, this would be it. Although this one only has 4K resolution, 5K and 6K, this would be the one. The screen is a QD-OLED, super bright, ultra thin with 240 Hz refresh rate and 1000 nits of brightness with this true black that makes things look like they are coming out of the screen. At this moment I don't have any fancy image and no thumbnails at all, just a few texts here and lines and one image right over here. And even though the image looks so awesome, but so awesome, and it's glossy, yeah, it is glossy, but if we compare with any other glossy screen, a normal glossy screen from a tablet, from a laptop, or from any other display, and we can put it side by side, and we can clearly see the difference with the anti-reflective surface that is right over on this Asus ProArt, which practically eliminates the lighting that we have. And comparing with my laptop here with a regular display, it can't handle it and almost blacks out or whites out in this particular case the image. So this makes a huge difference, especially in well lit environments. My office, for example, has a total of 35,000 lumens when everything is on. At this moment I've got 6 lights turned off, which means that I've got roughly 30,000 lumens, and that's a lot. So if you work in an environment such as this, you will want this type of technology. And if you prefer glossy panel, then this is what we will need, because even with this amount of light, you can see the difference between this and a regular display, and it's huge. With the 240 Hz refresh rate, some will say, hey, that's a display for gaming. And indeed, it's spectacular. Designed also for programmers that do program games and apps, but they want to test games as well. At least that will be the excuse. But even if you are not a programmer, that doesn't mean that you can try your games on this awesome screen. We can adjust in height and tilt, but it doesn't rotate horizontally like the others, but it does 180 degrees pivot, so we can use it vertically like it is right now. The only difference is that it will not do this rotation like this, like we can do it on these two. This one is a selfish display, while this one you can share with your colleague or your friends or your family member. That one right over there, it's only for you. It will not rotate at all. It's selfish and it's great. But it also has Thunderbolt connectivity. We will be able, just like the others, to connect any computer with a Thunderbolt or DisplayPort via the USB Type-C. And if we want, we can also use HDMI as an option. It also has a USB hub, so we can connect other peripherals without needing a docking station. Now, at this moment, what I've got is a computer with USB Type-C with DisplayPort output connected to these three. It has one single cable, USB Type-C to this one at this moment, if I'm not mistaken, and then 2 HDMI cables connecting to this one and this one. So this is just an idea of a setup that you can arrange right over there. In terms of the menus, it's very similar to these that we have seen right over here, with less buttons to touch like these have, but with the joystick we can select and adjust anything, and you still have the display widget center as an option as well. So it's really easy, and I don't see any difficulties or any major differences between these. It's more on the aesthetical side. I will be able to press one of these buttons right over here directly, while that one I will need to use the joystick. Here the joystick is as an option. In terms of the assembly, the case or the package is a lot bigger, even bigger than this 32 inches 6K right over here, but in 2 minutes or so I was able to put it together and start using it. One of the differences as well is that the stand that comes with this 4K ultra thin display is a stand that it comes already assembled, while the stand on these two we will have to screw right over here because it comes in 2 pieces. But that's about it in terms of differences. So to me, this would be the choice. It is a awesome display, and the only thing that I regret is that I can't show you better than this with all the b-rolls that I recorded, everything that I did. Even so, there is a limitation of what we can share to that side of the screen, because when we see it in person, it's something really awesome. Not that the others aren't awesome, but glossy. I think Asus should have sent only these two and then send this one later. That being said, hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget the usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.